beautiful. And I'm a big fan of humans.
Yeah.
As bad stuff as we do, I actually think we are fucking beautiful and amazing. And that is one aspect I'm always impressed by, is like our capacity of empathy towards things that don't have a direct, possibly indirect, but not a direct impact on our own survival.
Massive.
And I'm always so impressed by that, because I mean, I did sort of evolutionary ecology at university, and you've done a lot in this field as well, right? And at first glance, it doesn't seem like, you know, it's like, why should I care for a tiger? Yeah. Right? Or the life of a tiger, or, you know, even little things like I get upset if I step on a snail. No, like, biological part of me can make sense of that. But then this sort of aspect of humans that I think is so remarkable is like, we care for that. I mean, I guess a question to you is like, how do you reconcile that within an evolutionary framework?
Yeah. Again, I feel like, and I think this is a really beautiful thing that we're very lucky with, that along with our runaway intellect, you know, like as I said, like we're kind of, evolution drove our intellect really beyond the point that was necessary. You know, we didn't need to evolve the ability to do complex quantum physics, you know, but we did. Like, we just ended up being a species that can do it. In the same way, I think evolution drove our empathy and our compassion to a point that you don't see really in any other species. You know, like the fact that we can look at a snail, which is so genetically isolated from us, you know, and like killing that snail has no impact on our ability to pass on offspring, which really should be the only evolution. If you kind of like boil down evolutionary biology to like, we are driven by Darwinian evolution and our ability to pass on, you know, viable offspring, like that doesn't mean anything to us, that snail. But you still, like, if you're walking down the street and you could step on a snail or avoid it, you would choose to avoid it. And I feel like most humans would. Yeah. You know? And I think that that's a really beautiful thing. And I think that's really, if we had that, you know, incredible runaway evolutionary process of, you know, developing our intellect without that empathy, I think the world would be a really messed up place, you know? And I think that would be a great filter event. I think if we didn't have this empathy, we would have wiped ourselves out a lot quicker than we have now.
Yeah, probably already, right? Like,
massively, yeah. And it's easy to look at the world and see all the, you know, bad stuff and all of the suffering and all the suffering that humans do to others. And you can be like, you know, humans are shit. And we are, you know, a lot of the time. So like pretty bad. But like from a, you know, evolutionary biology and evolutionary psychology perspective, there's nothing that requires us to not be shit. But we choose to, you know, and great people in this world choose to not be bad people and to be good people at the sake of their own lives sometimes. And that's really special. And I think that's like a really, when you talk about, you know, coming back to astrobiology and looking for life in the universe, like that's something that I really admire about humanity. And I think that's something that I wonder if we found other intelligent life in the universe and we chat to it, like, is that the same elsewhere, you know? And I think that's something that would be really cool to talk about. But like, yeah, I think we're really special in that way. Yeah. As, you know, as a collective on Earth.